Some brief survey results presented in USA Today caught my attention. According to the research conducted by Monster.com with the newspaper, this question was posed: would you reveal company secrets for money? The responses were 40% said, no, my company is not interesting enough. 35% said, no, I'd be too worried that I would get caught. 17% said, yes, and I have a price in mind that I'd sell them for. 8% said, yes, I've done it already. That means that 60% of those responding have considered engaging in this unethical practice, which tells me that if the price is right, employees have or would disclose company secrets. Please notice that the fear of getting caught is cited as a reason rather than, no, doing it would be unethical. Even the response, my company is not that interesting enough, is concerning because I believe the appropriate answer again would be, no, I would never do something illegal like that. Both modern society and business culture use money to define what is most important and as the most significant measurement of accomplishment and status. This worship of the almighty dollar allows people to put money ahead of principle, especially in people who lack a strong conviction to be honest and fair. Ergo, the results of this limited survey tell me that the high road is not always the path of choice in organizations at this present moment. Allow me to share my concerns regarding this neglect to take the high road when it comes to money and doing things that could harm the employer. Concern number one: the idea of engaging in a behavior that is illegal and unethical for money is something that the high road professional would never consider. Concern number two: I wonder what other questionable behaviors employees are willing to engage in if the price is right. The survey findings got me thinking about other common low-road behaviors in today's workplace. As I list them, please think about the times when maybe you were tempted to do these things. Do you personally believe it is inappropriate to make your performance look better than it really is so that you can get a raise or a promotion? Disclose your boss's secrets in order to gain leverage or take advantage. Force an employee to do something that is against policy. Take another employee's sales opportunity away so that you could earn the commission. Call in sick so that you could spend the day at the lake. Walk out of the door with company secrets or money or something else of value. Get another employee to punch in your time card at starting time because you were late. Steal your employer's products and then sell them on eBay. Run your own personal business on company time. Deny an employee a raise or promotion because they did not curry your favor or disagreed with you. Use paid time to text your friends, or more importantly, search items on the internet for personal interest. Keep quiet about an illegal transaction in order to either financially gain from it or just to keep your job. My point is simply this: a person with integrity would not put a price on questionable behaviors and actions. A high road professional would consider themselves above reproach when it comes to putting money ahead of principle. However, much of what we hear through personal stories, social media posts, YouTube videos, news articles, television shows, and other forms of communication send a strong message that everything has a price, including a person's integrity and loyalty. By the way, those questionable behaviors that I just mentioned are likely to be occurring in your company, in your workplace right now, whether or not you are aware of them. The trend of thinking such questionable behaviors as normal and okay is growing. One noted organization, the Ethics Resource Center, keeps the pulse on unethical behaviors in the workplace through its ongoing surveys and research. In its Generational Differences in Workplace Ethics report, the ERC tested how the different generations view what is an unacceptable behavior. When asked if it was okay to blog or tweet negative things about their employer, 14% of the millennial responders said it was okay. 9% of Gen X responders agreed that it was acceptable behavior. When asked if it was acceptable to keep personal copies of confidential employer information, 22% of the millennial responders said it was okay, and 18% of Gen X responders said it was perfectly acceptable behavior. The same sample group was asked, would you post your feelings about your job on your personal social networking site? 40% of the millennials said they would post negative feelings, and Gen X and 27% of Gen Xers said they would post negative things. In his book, The Honest Truth About Dishonesty, behavioral economist Dan Ariely, who teaches at Duke University, commented on the amount of people who would cheat and steal from an employer. He suggests that only 1% of people would never steal, another 1% would always try to steal, and the rest of your employees, 98%, would be honest as long as they are not easily tempted. The Institute of Fraud Examiners postulates a similar view, but the numbers are different. According to their forensic findings over the years, they believe that 3% of employees will defraud their employers no matter what. 3% would never be tempted to commit fraud, thus leaving 94% who would defraud if the opportunity presents itself. At the High Road Institute, we take a more pragmatic approach and estimate that approximately 8 to 10% of your employees will be ethical and honest no matter what. Between 8 and 10% would take advantage of you no matter what. And the remaining group would give in to temptation if the price was right. If you are concerned that your organization has employees who would sell secrets or commit other unquestionable acts, illegal or unethical, that harm your brand and reputation because the price is right, then your culture needs to be examined and the guiding principles upgraded. This culture shift towards taking the high road is something we assist our clients on. When everyone chooses to take the high road in all the things that they do, the organization benefits by having the highest level of integrity. But once an employer chooses to take the low road on anything and puts money ahead of principle, it is easier for employees to do the same. This then becomes part of the norm because the behavior is now embedded in the company's cultural DNA. Please feel free to share this valuable information with your colleagues. Send me questions about the critical topics of leadership and ethics.